What is up, legends? We are back and another week of HypeWatch. So we got a lot of stuff to get through. And I got a special just a talk at the end for Black creators and interview I had, and I just want to do something special towards that note. So without further ado, we're going to get right into it. And the very first thing that we are going to talk about and Hype Watch this week is Hunter World. Now, Hunter World is pretty much Monster Hunter mobile. Like, there's literally maybe like 10 games like this at this point. But you can pre-register right now on Q app for it. And 4399 Korea, just to let you guys know, is one of those companies that make a lot of RPG managers, and it's obvious that this game is going to probably be an RPG manager. You know, we're like pretty much Ni no Kuni right now. This is going to be like Ni no Kuni but in a Monster Hunter universe. So just to let you guys know up front what type of game it is before you even click that pre-register button right there. Next up, we have Diablo Mobile, which is going to be out actually next week. Now, I got to try this, and I'm going to be honest with you. I thought this game was going to be hot garbage, and being that Blizzard is going through so much garbage right now itself, and you see the rating, this rating is literally because it's a Blizzard game and not because the game is bad. The game is actually not bad. It's pretty clean. It is actually good. So I'm interested to see how good this is going to do, because of the fact that nobody likes Blizzard right now. And it's unfortunate because even if they make a good game, nobody's going to really care at this point in time. They're going to need like a couple of years just to get rid of that stigma. They probably never will. They're probably going to get memed until we all dead and gone. But, excuse me, Diablo Mobile, Immortal is actually not a bad game. So I'm looking forward to playing this, and I might even stream it. So, yeah. Next up, we have Artery Gear. All right, the beta for Artery Gear is actually a day after my birthday. My birthday is June 13th. It's going to be June 14th that this game is going to be available for everybody to play. So we basically got 2 weeks to actually get into this and have some fun with it, and that should be really cool. There's nothing else to really say. I covered this before. You've seen it on other channels. You just pre-register and get ready for it. Next up, we have Hongkai Star Rail. Now, they have a new trailer that they put out. I'll leave obviously the link is going to be here in the description for this game, but if you want to check out the trailer, by all means, please check out the trailer. And it's a pretty cool character. She's like a rock electric guitar. I already watched it here, obviously, which is why I'm not going to do any type of I guess first impressions type of thing. I don't do that if I already watched it, because I'll be acting, and I don't like acting like I watched something. My genuine first responses are the best responses, so I don't do stuff like that if I already watched it. You guys can check it out if you wish. Dalu is actually a very cool franchise, which is the next up that we're talking about. We did link in the description for this over here on APK Combo. This one new release is out. This is an RPG manager, so again, like Ni no Kuni, you're gonna be running around taking care of characters and doing stuff here and there. Hopefully that will excuse me again. Hopefully this will be something up your alley you can have some fun with. Me personally, I have a lot of fun with the games in the past, especially the one game they don't seem to be bringing over that's actually pretty lit. It's not like a real RPG manager. It's kind of like in depth, and you can take control of things and have some fun with combos and cool looking characters, but they don't seem to be bringing that over, so we may never see that. It's be like 2 years now, and they brought all the other versions over but not that one, so it's unfortunate, but no, hopefully they will one day. Next up is we have at TBS Moba. I'm not really big into these type of games, but a lot of people are, so I wanted to put it in. Obviously, guys, I don't really do shooters, and it doesn't really have a high rating. And right here, you see, I'm actually gonna let this rock a little bit, if it actually does rock. What's going on with this video? This video work? Trying to give you a view. Bruh, why your video not working? Okay, we don't need the music. So here you go with it. Like, again, this is not really my thing. Obviously, if I'm going to play something like this, I'm going to actually play it on that aim right there, though. Dog, he's in your face, making me. Wow. I don't know, dog. Joker's Den. Woo. So yeah, As you guys can see, it's one of these types of games. Next up, we have Chinese parents. That threw me off. I wanted to yell at it, like throw something at it, like, dude, he's in your face. Can you aim, please? Like, dog. Chinese Parents is basically The Sims, but in a Chinese type of atmosphere where you basically start from a kid, you get raised by your parents, and then grow up, play Tetris, get jobs, and get a waifu, all that type of stuff. Like I said, it's pretty much The Sims, and I never covered it, but as you see, it got a good rating, and a lot of people were talking about it, and I don't know what this guy is talking about. It's just like people be going too hard at certain things. Like, it's just a game. Calm down. But if you're into The Sims, this might be something alternate that you can actually mess around with and play. Code Geass. The reason why you haven't seen this on the channel is because this game does not play well on anything, including mobile. Like the emulators had a fit trying to play this game. Majority of it is in English, which is pretty cool. And my tablet was like, what the hell is this game? Like, it was all pixelated and weird and everything else. That's why you just never saw it on my channel. However, I do want to put it out there because people were saying it's kind of cool. It is a DMM game, and they usually produce quality games. They usually either do ecchi or some games that usually just don't come over here, that they just keep over there, and then, you know, even eventually do like what you see here, we're putting a little bit of it in English so you can handle some stuff for those who don't like trying to translate and read. And for the most part, it's a cool game, but they got to work on, I guess, the customization of the way that it plays, because it does not run well like on anything right now that I could find. So hopefully they get all that squared away so we can enjoy it. But for right now, those of you who are lucky enough to have a phone, or maybe you figured out how to play it properly, you know, good stuff. Next up, we have Paradise Waifu. It's another one of those games that is strictly about getting waifus and being chibi and cute. That's what you're buying at the end of the day. It's budget, and there's nothing else to really say about it. That is budget. It was so budget that I was like, I'll pass, but we're gonna put it on HypeWatch anyway. Next up is we have Reef Fantasia. Same thing again. Look, budget right there. Look, she got hearts in her eyes. She already looking at the budget. So you guys gotta get the gist of it. Same type of thing. Again, I pass. Like, you know, there's so much of waifu collectors with no apparent, I guess, goal other than being a waifu collector that we can handle. It literally says harem and sharem. I didn't even. Next up, we have Ninja Fighter Samurai games. This is actually kind of clean too, and a little bit fun. It doesn't look that great. You can even tell right here it doesn't look that great, but it's kind of fun. It has like a little bit of a rock, paper, scissors thing going on, and you can have some fun with it. Figured we put it up on HypeWatch just to let you guys see it. Next up is Night Legends. Night Legends is really an idle game, and that's it. That's all I can really tell you at the end of the day. You guys know that I limit how many idle games. Like, literally, when you see this, almost every game since AFK Arena has this screen where it's like a castle in a town that goes up in tiers. Like, almost every single one. They don't do anything different. It's the same thing over and over and over. Next up, we have Blue Sky Arena, which again is more about the budget. That's really all I can really go for with you guys. It's a bit better than your average, you know, budget waifu, you know, husbando collector, because they have a little bit better with the splash screens and everything else, but it's still kind of idle and still kind of about collecting the characters and looking cool, and then that's it. So we just wanted to put it here to give it some coverage as well. Next up, we have Soul Worker Rush, which I don't know who asked for this type of game, but obviously it's Soul Worker characters that are put chibi, and they just run around and look like Azure Lane at the most part, with a little bit of a card system. So again, you can kind of get the gist of why I just didn't cover this type of stuff, but did want to actually talk about it somewhat and give it some buzz, because you may like this type of stuff, and I don't like to judge what anybody likes. I just like to give them options. And next up, we have Animal Contamix. This game gave me a lot of problems actually playing it, but believe it or not, this has a lot of modes and a lot of style to it. It's kind of cool. Obviously, the characters, again, chibi type of force, but they did a really good job of it. The feel, I like the UI, I like everything that comes along with it. So I just, again, wanted to put it out there. You see people ain't really feeling it. Again, and I did cover it before, but I did want to actually put some hindsight on it, and it's like, hey, this is what it is and what's going on and everything else. And last but not least, Withering Waves, which is the hype of HypeWatch this week. This is going to be lit for a number of reasons, because the only thing that I think holds back Punishing Grey Raven, that's the devs who are making this game as well, is the fact that it's not truly open world. If they can put Punishing Grey Raven in an open world, somewhat similar to the way that Genshin does, but allow you to fight at 60 FPS the way that you fight at 60 FPS and Punishing Grey Raven, this is the hype game that everybody should be worried about right now. You see, you got a 9.7, because I think a lot of the 9.7 is literally the fact that we all know how PGR plays. There's nothing wrong with the way PGR plays. It's a very smooth and great attack game. The problem is everything else that goes along with it, and the choices that they make, how they handle their content creators, how did they, like, everything else is just wrong with PGR at the end of the day. And the game itself is fine. The combat is fine. The characters, arguably they have some of the best characters in Gacha right now, but it's the company itself that just screwed up everything else. Like, I don't understand how you screw up the content creator program, but they managed to do that. And so I, at the end of the day, don't, like, I got hope, but at the same time, I hope that they learned from how they handled PGR, handle the content better. Make sure that you just make it so that it's even and fair among the creators to actually put the game, because you can't favor one or two creators and then leave like the other 100 who are trying to promote your game out in the cold. Like, you just can't do that. One creator isn't going to carry your game like that. As well and as good as I'm carrying Sever Mortal Sins right now, it can't just be me. At the end of the day, I'm keeping it alive, yes, but it can't just be me. And you saw that's what happened with PGR. They focused literally on like 3 or 4 content creators and just kind of like just left everybody else sitting there. Like, hey, you're in the program, but we're not really helping you. We like, and the game died. You wonder why? Because you don't have enough press. You can't have one person, especially if the 2 or 3 that you actually are focusing on are not that interesting. like you need characters in content creation to carry your game. You need people who are going to want to make you play the game, not somebody who's just styling and you don't even understand what the hell they're saying majority of the time. Not people that are boring, and that's kind of what happened. You can't do that. So I don't know. I don't know who's running it now. I heard that it's supposed to be getting better, but we'll see when it comes to this game, because the same thing is just going to happen all over again. You're going to have a really good game that's going to die because you don't have any press to let anybody know that it's actually there. So let's hope that they learn from that and do it properly this time. So the next thing I want to talk about is I was interviewed because my alma mater, which is Syracuse, I am an Orange man who I graduated from, that in Rutgers. I got interviewed, and they wanted to know content creators. Like, they found out that I was a content creator. I don't know how, but somebody told them, and they're like, oh, well, you graduated, like, did you use your degree for content creation? I was like, no. like my degree my degree is for computer science. I'm a computer science major. Like, I can like make computers and servers and all that type of stuff. And that's what I went to school for. That's what I was doing until I said F this and decided to be a content creator, which was 10 years ago. And so they were interested in that and they wanted to know. And I had this guy ask me a multitude of questions, which the majority of them were not content created questions, but one in particular was, it was more than just one, but one in particular was, and it irritated me, and he realized he irritated me, and he quickly tried to move on past it, but I answered him. And he basically said, as a black content creator and the particular genre that I'm in, does it bother me that as black content creators we don't help each other? And I was like, what? And he paused and I didn't mean to disrespect or anything else like this. And I was like, no, keep going with that. Like, what are you talking about? And he said, well, when we looked for questions that ask you, we looked around at all the black content creators and we noticed that none of you actually talk or help each other. And he says white creators don't do that. They collab and like you see them all over content creation. And I was irritated, but then I thought, we don't. We actually don't. And he's right. And I was like, you know what? That's a little bit annoying that a white man is telling me that as a black man. And I was like, all right, you know what? And I literally told him, I was like, next video, I'm going to discuss that. And which is this particular video, because that was actually last Sunday where I had that interview. And it was a very good interview. That was an awkward moment, obviously. And he kept apologizing for it. And I was like, no, you didn't do anything wrong. Like, if you're right, you're right. And he's right. So he also said that what people tend to do in this genre that they noticed, because they actually did some research, boy. They researched my ass. Like, I was like, am I going to jail? Like, what are y'all doing right now? What they did is they said, you know what we found is people will pick, like, hey, I like Scion, but I don't like to watch, Holiest or Chaotic, which we're going to talk about them in a bit. And he showed me instances of he just found stuff he easily just Googled all this. He Googled literally black content creators and Gacha, and then all this stuff came up, and I was like, bro, why are people even talking about this? This is a thing? Why, this is actually on Google? What the hell? I didn't even know that was there, you guys, because I never actually Googled black content creators. I was like, why? Why is this a thing? But anyway, so he's like, the people pick. So what I'm telling you guys right now is there is a handful of us left. There used to be a lot more, 5 or 6 years ago. There was at least maybe 100 black content creators. This is nothing against anybody else. We're just talking about black content creators right now. So anybody else who's not black and feeling slighted, we ain't talking about you. You ain't do nothing wrong. Calm down. This ain't about you. There's literally a handful of us left. There's not even, I can count on 10 fingers the relative ones for Gacha left. There might be some that hang around and do videos here and there, but the active people is less than 10. So the fact that people are picking and choosing and saying, hey, I watch this person, I watch that person, this and the third, there's no need for that. Watch everybody. And I'm about to give you 5 right now. So Clint Wolf is the first one comes up, or that comes up for me. Clint Wolf is a cool dude. You may have seen him a few times on the comment section, just chilling, whatever else like that. Very animated content creator. Right now he's doing, I believe, Ni no Kuni stuff. Yep, Ni no Kuni. So give the homie a subscribe. If he's streaming, or if you check him out on Twitter too, obviously, give him some love along that lines. Again, like I said, there's literally a handful of us, so we're gonna go down the line right here. Clint Wolf. Next up we have FG, obviously. Literally, if you search Scion Storm, FG comes up. It's funny. It's funny. I was like, bro, somebody told me that a week ago. But again, cool dude. And it arguably people, and another thing that somebody had showed me, and including the interviewer, he said that they said FG is the nicer version of you, which I find hilarious. I think it's funny in honesty. But FG right here, almost been around as long as I have. to be honest. He's probably I'm like the OG, and if there's another OG, it would be FG because he's almost been around as long as I have. He actually has a comment on my Twitch. I mean, not a comment. He has a command. There's still a command for him on Twitch because if people got a command, I just left it on Twitch. So next up, we have Holiest. Now, I give respect to Holiest right here because he literally, again, like I'm doing with Seven Mortal Sins, he literally just holds down Tower of Fantasy by himself. Nobody else is doing anything with Tower of Fantasy besides him, and he literally just holds it down. Again, cool dude, just playing the game, gaming and everything else like that. Makes cool guides to the game, so definitely follow him. These 3 people that I already said already. Next up is Zox. Zox is doing a good job with Dislight, very good job with Dislight. Just keeps it simple, not too long and straight to the point, as you guys can see with this right there. Again, there's a handful of us, so again, if you have not subscribed to him, subscribe to him. Click his links if you want to follow him on everywhere else. There's a point that I'm making in all of this, and then we have Chaotic. Look at this smirk. Look at this smirk. Give you the people eyebrow. I actually never looked at that before, but he does a wide variety of maybe Asian type of content, and he's one of the people who likes PGR like myself. And look, he just did something on Withering Waves, so maybe look at some of that stuff that he's doing right there. And he also does Asian content as well as me. Again, like I said, the point of this is that there's not a lot of us. There's really not a lot of us. I actually went looking for other people, but they're not as active. Like, they have like 1 video a week or something like that. I'm not trying to shade nobody. Don't get me wrong. Nothing like that. But there's not a lot of us, so you don't have to pick and choose. And I have a lot of black viewership. Like, black viewership is like 39%. So if you watch me, watch these guys. Is what I'm trying to say. Not like give them some love too. Give them some subscribes, some whatever you want to do. At the end of the day, they got a join button too. And let's make it love. How about that? I don't like the fact that a white man actually told me that black people aren't helping each other. I don't like that. That actually annoyed me. And I wasn't mad at him. I was mad that us as black people aren't doing that. That's what I was annoyed at. I was like, damn, like we always talk about Black Lives Matter, but we're not even helping each other. Does it really matter? Or is it just a slogan just to be seen at the end of the day? I say that to a lot of people on Twitter when they throw Black Lives Matter, but do you help anybody black? Do you actually do that? Or do you just have the hashtag up there just to look cool and get some views and get people to follow you? You're like, hey, I'm Black Lives Matter. I like that too. Don't just be about the hashtag. How about you just be about the action at the end of the day too? Which is why I'm doing this. I'm the OG. I'm the one who's been around the longest. I don't expect anybody else. I don't expect any of these other 5 people to actually do what I'm doing right now. But I am actually going to do it because I feel that it is the right thing to actually do at the end of the day. And again, don't go to them and try to pressure them to do anything. This is not about pressuring anybody to do anything. This is something that I am doing because I did not like the fact that a white man told me that black people aren't helping each other. This is a me thing. They don't have to care. This is what I care about. So I don't want you going to bother any of them. So what I did just to end this video out is I've subscribed to each of them. I think the confusion that I was having is that I have an older channel, and some of them I was subscribed on the older channel, but not on this one. So every single person here, as you can see, subscribe, notification bell, subscribe, notification bell, subscribe, notification bell, subscribe, notification bell, subscribe, notification bell. No pressure, but support the black creators, and this is probably going to spam the fuck out of my see, like that 9+ is probably going to turn to 100+. Now if I keep doing this which is annoying for me as a content creator. But you know, it just is what it is. At the end of the day, you need to actually, you know, respect the homies, and I want every single person here to get subscribers and get views, and you know, be in a better place in life. Like that's just what I want at the end of the day, because I don't want, again, a dude to come to me and be like, black creators don't help each other. At least, like, that you ain't gonna come tell me that. Like, you ain't gonna come tell me that. I didn't like that. So I'll catch you guys later. See you guys soon, and hopefully there'll end up being more black creators. Hopefully I encourage somebody who's thinking about doing it to go and do it, and hopefully the next generation, because we're this generation, obviously we're gonna come and go. It's just the way that life is, but hopefully the people who come after us will one day see this and be like, no, we need to band together and do stuff like that too. That's what I'm hoping, because there's not a lot of us to begin with. So peace. Thank you, Legends, for getting to the end of the video. We do 3 to 4 videos every day. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be first in notification squad. I love everybody who stops by, and I will see you next video. Peace.